Are we on the internet?
No. The internet is
so,
in the closet in Vayham Industries. Oh.
So I tell the landlady, lady, that's not a dog, that's my wife. And just chaos ensues.
I got that reference. That was a nice one.
I mean,
the
look on her face was just absolutely ridiculous.
I can only imagine that. I mean, the way you pulled off Snoopy.
Oh wow! I'm telling you what, she's never gonna look at a set of bowling balls like that ever again the same way.
Hello audience.
Oh, we're on the internet. All right, hello.
Yes, we are on the internet. The elders of the internet have granted us audience with the people of the Twitch, and we are allowed to say hello. Oh,
bonjour.
We were only allowed to say that once.
Guten Tag.
So we can't do that again. And if we do, we are not allowed to stream again. I hear. Unless we pay some heavy bribes to the elders of the internet. So please do not say hello. Oh.
It's a hello. That's different.
Yes.
Or hello.
We'll argue that with the elders of the internet. Okay. Well, hopefully our voices work. Frog Scanner. Hello, Frog Scanner. Time at the sound desk. Do we work? Yeah. Are the sounds okay? Can you hear us?
I should check all my settings. Let's see. Headset.
I knew it.
Microphone.
Yeah. Can you reset the name for me on Zoom?
Oh, yeah. You could do that too.
No, I'm not getting the option for rename.
Really?
No.
Here, let me try this real quick. Hang on. Manage participants. Go to settings. It doesn't matter.
See my cursor there. Maybe I need to change that setting.
I think we changed the defaults.
No. For some reason, it still keeps on capturing the cursor.
Thank you.
We're still new at this whole thing.
No, we are not. We've been doing this over a year.
Yeah, we're still brand new at this.
We've been doing this way longer than some kids with 10,000 times our subscribers, so... well.
Yeah, but at least I'm not having to listen to some kid that's voice is just starting to break.
Those are the best, man.
Oh, God. That was torture going through that.
What? Your voice breaking at odd times? Nah.
Please, Governor.
Oddly enough, my voice still does that. Mine has the opposite effect. Like, it'll be fine, and then all of a sudden it'll just go... That's from, like, years of singing heavy metal where my voice just gets tired.
In your head, you are crying.
And then you go into the demon voice.
Which one is that?
Yeah.
This voice sponsored by Coca-Cola. Drink Coke Zero. It's good for you. It's got vitamins and stuff.
I think that would tank Coke Zeros.
Zero taste. Drink zero.
0 calories. Same amazing taste. Same demonic repossession.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that.
You're having fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I remember when the Pepsi Max adverts came out when they brought out Coke Zero.
Oh boy!
And how they just really ripped into the hell of cola.
Actually, here's the honestly, here's some fucked up shit that Coca-Cola did. prior to 1980, prior to 1989, right around there, they had Coca-Cola. And then they came out with New Coke.
Yeah.
And everybody hated it. So they went back to Classic Coke, remember? And that's what we drink now, is Classic Coke. What they didn't tell you is that previous to this, Coke was using real sugar. And it cost them 36 cents per can to manufacture. Post New Coke, well, now they have this Classic Coke. The Coca-Cola formula no longer uses real sugar, and now it uses
aspartame.
High fructose corn syrup.
Oh, yeah.
As well as just basically high fructose corn syrup, high fructose and corn syrup, which now costs them only like 10 cents to manufacture a can. But us, the stupid public, they're like, "Yup, tastes like the same." I'm sure glad we went back to Classic Coke, and it's the exact same taste that I remember way back when. Like, no, fools, you guys got played. They changed the ingredients on you. They made that shit cheaper and took away the real sugar and gave you corn syrup instead.
It's not just that. It's like, it's...
Oh, whoa. Something's happening here. This is not good. I am having a thing about the Zoom meeting is going to end in 10 minutes.
What? You are no longer paying for it.
No, the problem is that because of my work, I think my email address got merged with some other company on this, and now they took over my account.
Problems. Luckily, we still have 10 minutes to solve this.
Yep, luckily we have 10 minutes to solve this.
Exactly when the remaining meeting time.
I am...
That time!
It's a countdown!
Well,
so when you need to resolve it.
Well, that's an excellent sort of like segue. We can reset the Zoom meeting and have a break at the same time.
Oh boy,
you don't need to actually pay for it.
Potentially for another 40 minutes if that's what they're doing.
Is it 40 minutes or so?
Something like 40 minutes there.
Yeah.
Well, that sort of works. We take 40 minutes, take a 10-minute break, come back.
Yes, people, you're going to have more toilet breaks than previously before. Because we care about your bladder.
And not at all our finances, because we noticed that our income has gone to half. It turns out half of our patrons have decided to stop backing us. So we are asking you, our loyal viewers, to start donating your hard-earned dollars for our amusement. I mean, for our Zoom meeting, so we don't need to take as many breaks.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Only $1 a month, and you can make a difference.
You're so weird.
I'm shilling like a bastard.
Oh, you're doing so good at that. Here, let me try this. Shows like this are brought to you by you, our public.
You just do
Your
it as
donation.
do it as a charity advert.
I have to research it a bit so I could properly.
Please support your local Do Die For RPG groups with your hard-earned dollars. Please consider donating to us when you want good public entertainment. Even if you don't provide that.
Just for $2 a month, you can stop Worcester scavenging in the bin. Please think of Worcester.
For $10 a month, you can aid Worcester scavenging in the bins.
All right, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try to quickly create a new one and then do the things, and it'll be a bit.
We'll be back in a bit. In the meanwhile,
goodness.
enjoy our break screen.
Such a ridiculousness.
I just delete that, maybe I can do this. Yes. Okay. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. I needed to do a thing about the thing to get the thing working. But yeah.
At some point, well, let's just go ahead and upgrade this right now. Give me a few minutes while I type in my credit card information.
Please read it out aloud so you will be sure what you are writing in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll handily read it back to you just to make sure you have entered it correctly.
Yes, let me just take up some paper and...
Yep, nothing could go wrong here.
Yeah.
I see no problems with this plan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Visa card 8778 12345.
Just to clarify to people, this is what you should never do, ever.
It's prompting me for my maiden name. Okay. Ramirez. Okay. Last 5 digits of my social security. All right. Let's see. 1998.
X04B.
I always find it funny how a lot of companies in America expect people to give their social security number for verification. It's like, yeah, and if you lose that data, you've literally allowed whoever's taking the data from you to commit social security fraud against your customers.
Yep.
Around here, social security number is used just about everywhere, and it's not a challenge to figure out anyone's. It's just you sign up for something, you call someplace, they ask for your full social security number.
America's actually made it worse because it used to be there was quite a bit of randomization around it.
Yeah.
And then they I think it was 10 years ago they went on to a standardized formatting, so you don't even have to know the code. If you know the routine, you can actually generate new ones that are not used, but all the companies are doing is just checking now is if that would be a valid code, not if it's a code in use.
Well, you know what? It's giving me issues. So here's a brand new account. Hopefully it'll say me something like, hey, you've allotted next time. We're only going to give you this one time, or we're going to let you extend it for a 3-hour meeting. Next time we'll have you pay for it because it's more than letting me pay for it now. Oh. So, it's what it is. For those of you in the United States, DM me directly and we'll sign you up for Super Zoom account. I have a product. I don't know. I'm a distributor for them, I suppose. There we go. Let's just keep it like that. I'm throwing out a plug. There we go.
Yeah, his telephone number is this.
How do I add a Patreon link into that thingamabob under the Twitch? Like this, so I can add a new file. Ooh, nice. So I add here thing. I could say it's Patreon, and I will add a picture link.
You know what? Froggy asked a great question, or he says that you could get Coca-Cola in Mexico. Yeah, only the United States uses a lot of corn syrup. A lot of other countries still use sugar, especially Coke made in Mexico. It still has most of their sodas there is used with the real sugar, although they're starting to get it out.
Yeah. Let's just be honest. It's not just that it's corn sugars in cola. It's in a lot of food in America.
Yeah.
And America's wondering where there's an obesity problem.
That came from the year's 1950s. A lot of the year. Wait, what was it? The year is 1940. Woodrow, one of the presidents here, had a heart attack, and the entire scientific consensus is like, "Hey, we need to do something about nutrition." after 10 years of research, they come down to what either fat is bad or sugar is bad.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna pick a side, and the scientists said, you know what? Fat is bad. So everything became low fat, high sugar. And then cut to as well 1970s when oil embargoes started happening, and we needed to make cheaper gasoline, so we started doing ethanol, and it was corn based. So then the government decided to subsidize one of the things that the United States grows like nobody else, and that's corn. We grow so much corn.
Yeah.
So much corn that the government is just like, here, we will pay you to grow corn. And then afterward, they're like, well, we have all this corn. What do we do with it? I'm like, well, I don't know. It's in all the food. Let's condense it instead of this stack. Let's condense it into this little tiny bit of 1 teaspoonful of high concentrated caloric corn syrup. And then we said, well, we have so much corn. Let's put it in everything.
Yep. But it's not just that, but that's actually starting to spread to other countries now.
Oh, yeah. Because, again, Coca-Cola, 30 cents per can with real sugar, 12 cents per can with corn syrup. Per can. I mean, that's like half the cost right there. Of course, everybody else is going to start doing that. Yeah, why pay for real sugar when you could just get concentrated corn syrup that's stupidly bad for you, but dirt cheap?
And get away with it.
And even better, the United States will sell it to you.
Yeah.
So much. At such a ridiculously good price. Like, oh, you want corn syrup? We got to buy the gallons full. Just give us $5 for the whole barrel truck.
Yeah.
Barrel full. It's cheaper than oil. Yes.
Not at the moment. At the moment, last I heard, they pay you to take the oil.
This is true. This is absolutely true.
Yeah.
The more
like
you know. Bam, 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 bam.
The Saudis are really actually feeling that at the moment because they're used to actually naming the price and everyone will just pay it.
Blinky said the best thing. Sounds like a corny story.
Just wait when you hear this one. I'm taking off the bando mode.
Oh boy.
So, we are at time, and I will give the floor to Director Carlos himself. Oh, that way.
Previously, Arkhan the Cruel has been setting out a mysterious disease populates the land of Iman. Arkhan the Cruel is on a campaign of taking mysterious artifacts, a golden bell, a Pelor's sword, otherwise known as Excalibur, and his third artifact is that he's going for is MacGuffin's egg. Feng and Jerico have been tasked to travel to the Fey realm to retrieve and protect MacGuffin's egg before Arkhan the Cruel and his army of the undead get their hands on it. You have crossed through the portal technology into the Fey realm, and you look around and it's a strange and mysterious land. Half forest, half stone buildings, stone concrete, stone highways. You've been met with so far the only positive interaction is a human female by the name of Stacy, who claims her job as a park ranger. She is, for the time being, acting as your only guide in this, the strange realm, the Fey realm, in the City of Angels.
I have some doubts about her position as a ranger. She is quite lacking, but she's lacking by 2 swords to make that believable.
Also, where's our bow? And
Yeah,
our
that's it.
arrows?
And no, there's no animal companion either.
Yeah.
I mean, well, technically.
Oh, she's
there's
got plenty of
that
animal companions.
Don't tell me they're crabs.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I forgot colors.
No.
Session over. Let's go home.
No. Oh, no. Oh.
did you know it's so easy to break, bro? Why do you do that?
I was going to suggest rabbits, but seriously.
He's got a lot of animal companions.
Blink is muting the stream right now. That's too much for him.
Okay.
Yes. We should probably get serious.
We should probably get some. We're here to play a game, bros.
No, we're here to have fun, man. This is fun.
Okay, this is true. This is true. We're here to have fun.
Maybe I should open the window. No. The town wants to play if I open the window. That's not true.
Fade in. The camera is zooming in on a wooden device. It slowly retracts. It's a wooden device with two round things. The audience would recognize it as an old-timey wooden radio. In the background, there's a little bit of a song playing. Bum 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 bum. It's "Zombies" by the Cranberries.
Oh, I was hoping for Bingo Bango Bungo. I don't want
The camera pulls back a little bit to show that this a little old-timey wooden box radio about so big sitting on a desk. The camera pulls back and it's revealed that it's on it's a cabin. It's a cabin. As the camera zooms around the radio, on the background, its music is still playing. You can see a couple of multiple awards on the wall. A shotgun laying on in the corner. There's a desk. In the corner, there's a black and brown kitty cat just like licking her paws, cleaning herself. There's a bit of detritus and old like a crumbled half-eaten sandwich on the desk. The radio, as the camera's still moving, it illuminating the rest of the what it appears to be the cabin. The radio changes since we interrupt the story to bring you new details of an incidents around Los Angeles City. That's we have reports of a mass hysteria, looting, and fires in a couple of areas have broken out as accounts of what appeared to be civilians attacking other areas. We're getting more details as it comes. In the meantime, and as the radio is talking, there's a loud the camera zooms into one of the windows. There's a crash as there's a crash as a body is caught inward. It's what appears to be a bloodied up body moving. Another living zombie there in the has crashed through the windows into the interior of the room. What do you call it? The cabin.
Yeah.
The cat in the corner freaks out. runs away. The camera like slowly shifts to see it in the background. It's still a bit out of focus as it's just like standing up, and from the perspective again, the camera still zoomed in on just the radio, but from the background you could see the zombies start to get up and other people crashing through the doors. It's still a bit of a blur. The radio keeps playing. More details as follows. We bring you back now to your regularly scheduled program. The music starts playing again to it's the end of the world as we know it.
And
I
we
feel
roll
fine.
initiative.
Cut to the two of you and Stacy crashing in through the front door as Stacy motions you inside. Both you and Feng and Jericho are holding off what appears to be a last few of the bits of zombies. The one inside of the room that had crashed in through the window starts getting up again. Cut to you guys. What would you like to do?
Well, get Stacy inside, slam the door in, and slay the zombie indoors.
She's holding the door back and she's fumbling with the locks. I don't know what's going on.
Jericho is assisting and going. Fane, throw him out.
Roll me an athletics check to with advantage because she's helping you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's trained in athletics. Nice.
Well, between the two of you, you're holding the door back, and she's asking.
17.
17.
26 with advantage. So
With advantage, with that, you're able to like just put your whole body up against it, and you see her there's a set of golden and brass locks, and there is a like a wooden beam, like a metal beam that she puts down. She's like, this door will withstand against bear attacks. We should be fine. Cut to Fang. You're squaring up against the zombie while they're holding back the door. Zombie in front of you. What would you like to do?
I'm guessing that there's a fan
Yes,
on
absolutely.
the ceiling.
Absolutely.
Just gonna try and probably not gonna go as well, but actually grab the zombie. You know.
Pick him up. Yeah, sure. I got you.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's gonna be me properly picking them up. I think it's me doing like coming in and rolling onto my back and then kicking them up.
Nice. All right, why don't you roll? I like that. Roll it with advantage.
Okay.
You could either do a straight attack or you could do I don't know.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Athletics, yeah. Okay.
the acrobatics was said, but you can use athletics. What? I'm not taking him. I should shut up.
14.
With the 14, you slide underneath and you go to like kick him up into and there's a fan whirling in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And you do manage to like lift him up and his head goes up on and the fan is just going thum, thum, thum. It hits the head and the wood just cracks and you could hear like a startle from the motor as it strains and the zombie returns again on the ground unhurt except for like a little bit of one of the wooden blades that's stuck onto it's stuck on his actual head itself, and it's just like one wooden blade stuck, and everywhere he moves now it's just there. He tries to take a swipe at you. Mm. What's your AC at?
My AC's
this hits
16.
17.
Yep.
He hits with a 17 plus. You take about 5 points of bludgeoning damage. I don't think they hit that hard. Zombies don't hit that hard, do they? Double check here. Why am I looking? Just take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
At which point, like, it's because you're on the ground. It seems to be on top of your arms, and like holding you down, and you can see it's like massive teeth are just going, massive black and yellow teeth are trying to bite into you, and that piece of wood is like hitting against the ground, and it's just like stopping it from actually getting to you. It's just like you're just there trying to hold it off. Roll me one more. We're kind of like a grappling check. This time because you're on the ground. This time because you're on the ground with disadvantage.
So it'll be most likely a strength save. Then.
Yes. No. Okay. Well, disadvantage though. It's with a 6.
Yeah.
20 looks so good.
The last, the bit of like energy is there. At this point, Jericho's like holding the door in place. Stacy, cut to Stacy reaching over, trying to reach for something. Cut to you again, just holding off the zombie. At which point the zombie moves one last bit. The camera zooms in on his face, and then poof, loud explosion happens. Blood spurts everywhere. The head is completely blown off as the zombie just like lies off to the side. Cut to Stacy holding his shotgun. Any more? You're there on the ground, still with like just the top portion of the body minus its head on top of you as you roll it off of the ground. Roll it off up on top of you.
What was that?
Oh, that's an eyeball. What the? Did you fire off a spell?
This is from my pistola. It's a weapons. And as she's doing this, like you can see her like grabbing a box that has these like red things adorned with like brass. They're almost like circles. I mean, the audience would recognize these as shotgun shells in a little box, and she's loading up like this long blackened tube with a beautiful wooden handle. The audience recognizes a shotgun, and she's just click, 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 click. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of those out there. We don't know how many of them there are left. We got to make our break for the car. When we get to the car, we'll be able to head downtown. And in the background, the music is still swelling as another, classic rock song is playing. Something with loud beats and drums is going off into the distance. You guys have a few seconds to check your surroundings and take a breather. She moves over to the Stacy moves over to the broken window. She like is trying to drag the zombie to throw him out. Here, help me take this guy out.
I'll just grab him, but underneath the arm there, and just lift him up, and then.
Perfect. As the windows as you guys drop him out the window, the last bits of like glass crinkling and trickling down. Cut to her just closing, like boarding up the windows with these two wooden shutters, and she puts another metal bar on its place. She's like, "Okay, we're safe and secure for now." Puts down her shotgun, goes over to her desk, moves, takes her arm and just shuffles, puts a shuffle of papers off a bit, jumps behind a chair on a desk, and she starts. There's like a tablet or like a device with a lot of runes on there and a screen. She like starts trying to type into what the audience recognizes as a keyboard and computer, and she's like looking for things. In the meantime, back to you guys.
Jericho is doing a double take on the building, see if there's any entrances that she may have forgotten in her haste that need boarding up.
Roll it.
Investigation.
Yes.
30.
13 investigation. This looks very familiar to the architecture that you're used to. There's a lot of it's a wooden cabin, although this is very, very modernized wood. Like the wood and slats themselves are perfect in every way. It's unusual for you. Like you're able to half recognize a lot of things. The door seems to be boarded up. The single lone window seems to be shuttered. There's a fireplace in the corner, and there's a little bit of a roaring fire, like coming out off of leading up into the chimney. That's probably the only other access there. And sitting as you look around, you take stock of the surrounding areas. There's a black and brown cat just sitting there a little bit freaked out on top of what looks to be a metal frame. The audience would recognize it as a filing cabinet. On the desk, there's a box, paper box with what looks to be what looks to be like old bits of food. In fact, it looks to be half-eaten donuts. Two of them still there and in stale condition, but one half-eaten donut. That's about it. I think the chimney would be the only other spot that it'd be able to breach into.
Does it look big enough to fit a human through?
You'd have to get close. Yeah. Yes, it would.
Okay. Well, even a zombie is not dumb enough to go for a live fire if it feels it. So, is it?
Yeah.
Stacy responds, I mean, the only people that come down the chimney would be Santa Claus.
Santa Claus? What sort of a creature?
Don't.
Yeah.
It sounds sharp.
She says, don't worry about it. We're safe here. But there's reports all over the city that there's strange occurrences popping up. It appears that they seem to be coming up along with the dark. Daytime reports, not as much. There's a few incidents left over. They're definitely zombies. It's like the Living Dead. It's like a scene from the Living Dead or an apocalypse movie.
Yeah, zombies are legendarily living dead. It would make sense.
Those only appear in stories and movies. Nothing like this is.
These might be Arkhan the Cruel. Cruel's doing, sending his minions to clear out his way towards the muffin's egg. This meeting has been upgraded by the host and includes unlimited minutes. Hurrah!
Amazing. Brought to you by Zoom. Again, if you're interested in signing up for Zoom for Business, please contact Pacific Northwest Telco in Portland, Oregon, or just send us at the 2D4RPG a direct DM to me, Carlos Santana. Cut to.
They cut to Jericho eating the half-eaten donut.
Yeah, Feng's actually taking the still intact donut.
The camera zooms in. The camera zooms in on your reaction now. It's a stale donut. It's got that pink frosting with a little bit of sparkles on it.
The homemade donut.
When you take a bite into it, stale, old. It's probably it's probably been sitting there for like 3, 4, 5 days.
Ugh.
It
Yeah.
is absolutely delicious. The amount of sugar and fat that is in there is unlike anything you've ever tasted. It's a flavor explosion in your brains. You're cut to your eyes just doing that dilation thing as you gain a temporary boost from the sugar alone for the next 1 hour. You have the equivalent of like a D4 on top of some of your checks.
Okay.
If it's physical,
On all of your skill checks.
Oh.
Yes, sugar rush.
What are we playing? Candy Crush now? Oh wait, wrong music. Yeah.
Stacy is still just like on the computer itself, just like trying to just click. The camera quickly zooms in over her shoulder point of view as she's like news article, strange phenomenon headlines: the living dead are here, zombie attacks, real or not, drug-induced hallucinations, riots in the streets.
I am miffed if there is not somebody blaming Obama for this.
News article: Is this all Obama's fault? Governor Newsom says lockdown orders still remain. Police force
I take no responsibility. Oh wait, wrong accent.
Back to you guys.
It's like Feng just comes to the shotgun, and he's like, I can't.
Please, how do you roll me an Arcana check with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Look inside. How does this work?
Or come on. Yeah.
Wait, disadvantage too.
You're gonna love this. It's a -2 for my intelligence checks.
You're like holding this like it's got everybody knows what a shotgun, wood on one side, long tube, and you're like looking at it all weird, and there's two things holes there, and you're holding it up like trying to see what's inside of there. You're sticking your finger into the actual muzzle part of it as you're like trying to look into it.
I'm not sure looking inside a staff, inside a staff, is that safe?
Oh, have you,
You don't
ever
know.
seen
You
a...
don't know the activation word. It might blow up in your face.
Yeah, but how many staffs have you come across that actually have a hole in them?
That's a good point. Maybe it has.
Yeah.
Maybe it's some sort of focus implement. What about that little thingies down here? The sharp one inside the. It's like the crossbow.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up to my eye now, and I'm going.
Roll it again now. Now roll it one more time with disadvantage.
Ah, I'm assisting. He gets regular roll.
Oh damn it! Fucking natural.
Nat 20, baby. And there was nat 20 and nat 1 in that same roll.
Your assist is not helpful in this case. It's disadvantage still. As you're like, well, what? When you're pointing out the thing, as he's like, as you're looking at it, and sure enough, you're looking at the trigger and you touch it. Shotgun blast. Blow. It cut to Stacy's reaction as her computer screen just disintegrates. You drop the thing as on the end of it is just like a little bit of a smoking off of the barrel off of it. You don't take any points of damage, but it like kicks back, shifts on you. You just instinctively drop it, and she screams, "What the fuck!
That's a powerful magic.
Don't touch that!"
Yeah, I think I've got that now.
And she picks it up. She's like, "This is not for you. This is for me."
I've never seen staff react that way.
Usually, all the damage is on the receiving end, not on the giving end.
As she's like, "I'm trying to find out what's going on," and she goes over to the radio again, and she's like trying to tune it and switching stations, and you could hear this is strange because now you see this box and it just is creating rhythmic sounds, and as she's touching it, different voices permeate throughout. Reports are coming in from, and what about these angry protesters, huh? You know, they're just making us, and a zombie, oh yeah. She switches it over again. Da, 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 da. Different music is happening, and she's
how many bands do you have in that thing?
Why don't you, as you, Jericho, start approaching it? As you are approaching the, you're going in to inspect the radio itself. Static and this nasty squealing and static starts taking over as you get close, and you just hear the.
It doesn't seem to like me.
You moving closer one more time.
I just pat Jericho and show, yeah, don't worry, you're an acquired taste.
You try. I'm gonna walk back.
I don't see what you're meaning. Everyone
Push.
gets on with me.
It's better.
As you're saying, like you could, there's like as you're pushed forward, Feng, you get really within close. Normally, this is one of those turn down things, and it has one of those bars that moves along the numbers. It's just like going crazy. The knobs are starting to twist and turn. An evil sound is just as you pick it up, it's just like making this ridiculous amounts of sound. At which point, Stacy goes over and just like yanks the electrical outlet from the wall. And for still like 2, 3, 4 seconds, and continues its agonizing squeal of death before it finally goes silent. Huh? That's weird.
Yes, is that some sort of a holy warrior detection magic?
This all runs on electricity.
Electricity. Like lightning?
I'm curious. And she like reaches into her desk and pulls out like a long tube like this with a fat-ish end on it. It seems like it has a protrusion, and she like clicks the protrusion, and it's a flashlight. It illuminates like a big old section. The end of it just like nice bright light. She puts it on the table. Actually, she's holding it, and she's like moves in it closer to Jericho, and as she gets within 5 feet of it, the light starts flickering and sputtering out. She pulls back. Huh. She moves it towards Feng, and the same thing, the same effect. The light just starts like flickering and until she pulls it out of your range. Well, that's interesting. Hit and she brings it one a little bit more closer to you, and again, same effect. The flashlight just starts not working. Huh. I think you guys have an effect on anything that's based on based on electricidad.
What did that priestess say before we came here? That magic doesn't work the way we know it. Do you think it's because of how? What did you say this works on?
Electricidad. Electricity.
Yes, I hear the word just word, but the concept.
It's I don't know where you guys come from. Isn't there? I mean, how do you guys make lights happen? This is like
fire and magic.
Torches. Some places use natural gases or oils, or we use magic. There.
Well, this is our type of magic. Our magic runs on electricidad, and
so it's like
and tecnología.
Oh, so you call your magic power electricidad, and tecnología is your magic.
Yeah, sure.
So what is we will find this technology in the magic castle?
I don't know what we'll find in the magic castle, but we'll find answers for sure. The closest thing that I could find, this is. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around this, that there's other realms and that there's magic, that things can fly, and there's fire and things that I've only seen in películas and historias. So the closest analogy to it is we have magicians and they live in the magic castle. Maybe they have answers. I have no idea. This is all. If I haven't seen it with my own eyes, I would not believe any of this.
Well,
on that note,
where do we find that cart he was speaking of that will take us to the magic castle? It seems that the zombie horde is not sticking around. At least I don't hear any clawing at the moment.
All right. Well, here's the plan. We're gonna get supplies. We're gonna get loaded up. We're gonna make a mad dash for the car, and we'll start moving. Just follow me, and as soon as I see the word go. In the meantime, I don't know. Make yourselves useful. Just stay out of trouble. Don't touch anything.
Technically touching the floor, and I can't cast fly on myself. Jerico, can you cast fly?
No, that is not one of the spells in the paladin's list of availables.
Yes, it's okay for us to be touching the ground here.
Yes. Just don't move, okay? Let me.
Okay.
And she's running off.
Do you have a chamber bot somewhere?
Yeah. She points to a room, and you see what appears to be just a simple door, and on it there's a weird symbol, like an outline of stick figure of a man with a slash, and the stick figure of what appears to be a
Ah,
stick figure wearing a dress.
thank you. Go in and look
Cut
around.
to.
Hey, Feng. Check it out.
What?
They have a fresh water here.
What do you mean?
Check this bowl out. It's fine porcelain and there's fresh water in there.
There is a perfect bowl of like absolutely fresh water sitting on a this is like a marble statue, white marble statue, a squarish with a ball underneath.
Except steady white, like pure steady white.
You've never seen something this white. I mean, like it's pure bone white. And the only other weird adornment to it is it has like a silver, what looks to be a silver handle. Sitting next to it as well, there's a squarish bowl with two similar like round silverish handles and a tiny little bit of a spout where you could, I don't know. Roll me an Arcana check while you're in there.
Sure.
With disadvantage.
16.
You manage to touch the toilet and the water swirls and gets sucked into like a hole at the bottom.
And this is how you summon more water when you need it. That is an excellent
I wonder
idea.
if that is drinkable. It looks clean.
Seems fresh enough for me. We
It's
should fill our
fresh
canteens
water.
while we're here.
Please, please.
Yes.
Oh, it's a bit bad fill. My canteen is a bit too big for it.
You're like the water
Is there-
seems
is
to
there
like
some
build itself back up to the bowl again, and you're like dipping your canteen into trying to like fill it up, and you push that silver thing again, and more water comes down. And like you have completely figured out how to operate this.
This is wondrous technology.
It's like, if this is the water fountain,
This is
Where's
everything I
this
ever
pet?
fucking hoped for with this campaign.
right? So this is the water fountain. Then, so where's the cesspit?
Oh, well, there seems to be some sort of bowl there with a lid on it. Maybe that's it.
Roll me a Feng, since you're both in there. Roll me with disadvantage an Arcana check.
19?
19. Fantastic. The other porcelain device there, the sink. You're like tweaking the things, and you touch one of the knobs, and you just like shh, and all this more water just starts pouring out. It starts steaming up the inside, and like it's ridiculously hot water is coming out, and it's creating a sort of fog sensation.
Oh, cooking water. That's an excellent addition. This is a wondrously complicated room. Oh, maybe it's for tea.
The camera zooms in on the sink, and the water is starting to overflow and drip into the actual drip down.
Just as that's going, as that's going on, I'm going to grab the brush that's by the side and go. I wouldn't want to clean my backside with this. Would you have a feel of that?
Oh, that seems hard. I heard them.
That would scratch the bollocks there.
Can
I
you
mean,
see any sponges here?
yeah.
Cut to the exterior shot, and Stacy is got like a duffel bag, and she's filling it with supplies, things like that. She hears a synchron, and she looks over. Cut to the door frame, and underneath it, there's this puddle of water just starting to seep out from underneath it.
Oops.
And she goes over. You guys all right in there?
Yeah. Go open up the door. Oh,
You open the door. Both of you are there standing. The water is like lapping at the boots. It's just the
may
floor is
have
covered with
broken
water.
something.
The toilet lid is open, and there's a there's a canteen stuck in the bowl of it. Water's overflowing from the sink. There's like a toothpaste thing squeezed out. You're holding a toothbrush like.
Not anymore. Not while opening the door.
Okay.
Within seconds she goes over and turns off the sink. Says, I said don't touch anything. We're ready to go. Are you
Yeah, it's
prepared?
good. We just filled our canteens. We're ready to go. So generous with your water around here.
All right. So she gets over to the door. She's ready to unlock it. She grabs the cut. She says, "Come here, Charlie," and she grabs no, come here, Foxy. She grabs the cat, puts it into the duffel bag.
Foxy.
She's ready at the door. When I open this, we can head straight out. There is a vehiculo straight ahead, green. Get to it as quickly as possible. If there's anything in the way, I need you to deal with it.
Of course. Keep your staff at the ready in case something happens.
She puts that duffel bag like right across here. She fixes her ranger's hat. Okay, let's go. Cut to the exterior of the building. There's like a couple of just standing around zombies, like moving around in three of them in just different moving around separately. Cut to the door bursting open from the exterior. All three of you, both of you step out, flanking out, sword out to the ready. You in karate pose, her dead center, like holding shotgun up. The camera zooms in for a split second. It looks almost like the image of Charlie's Angels. All three of you standing right next to each other. You know, three zombies. Three zombies are in between you and a car that's about 50 yards away. If you were to rush to it, it'd probably be about 30 seconds. How would you like to deal with these? You know what? We're gonna make this a skill challenge. We're gonna make this a skill challenge.
That sounds
with
fair.
Stacy included.
Poor Stacy.
Challenge of 15 because challenge of 15 we need 3 successes.
Okay.
Number 1, what would you like to include? The point is to get to the car and to get to the base of where you guys are at. You're up in the see here we're kind of like in this area. There's like a trail here, and we need to get down the trail, down the little mountainside, to right about the 405 freeway. All right.
Jerico is gonna go first. He's the heaviest. He's the strongest, and he's gonna go shield first and just ram through any obstacle shield first and pushing it aside like it was a cattle shield on a train.
Roll me what would be your athletics.
Sounds fair. 9.
Ooh, a 9.
That's a natural.
You bash one of them completely out of the way. Except that as you're doing so, another one of them starts hanging onto your back, and all 3 of them start to converge. So all 3 of them start to converge on you. One of them is flat on his back and is just being on his back trying to grapple onto your legs as the other two swarm around you. Delaying you in the process, and cut to like the music intensifies, and Stacy's like, as things are happening. Cut to Feng's reaction. How would you like to help?
So the way things approaching this, he's silently running on the outside of the battle, approaching the creatures from behind, and like using like his staff to like trip them up, and he's just moving through. He's trying to do it as stealthily as possible without them noticing that he's moving.
Well, would you like stealth?
Yeah.
Roll it. 15 or higher. Very nice.
Mundo.
The three of them seem to have converged on Jericho, and he's just there like with one shield holding them off, another one's at his ankles, trying to pull himself back up. You quickly get from behind. You whack one of them from behind. You're like between the two of you, you're able to separate them again in three, creating a little bit of space. At which point, Stacy takes that opportunity to just like run forward towards the car. And there's still a couple of them there. And as she's approaching the vehicle, she is using her athletics to duck, dodge, and weave with a natural 10, and it's not going to carry it over. A zombie comes around the corner from the vehicle and gets in her face, and she's just startled there as she crutches the shotgun. Damn it, jammed! And she's trying to unjam it as this zombie thing's coming. Because it's my roll, I'm not going to count it as one of your negatives. But you've got one success, one failure. I need 2 more successes. There's now a 4th zombie in play now.
Well,
but you're no longer like it's spread out evenly. You guys are back on an even keel.
This is when Jericho decides to grab something heavy on the ground and does it above the zombie's head to make noise on the other side to make them pay attention to there. So deception.
Roll it.
Damn it!
13.
Why are those 20s on the other side of the line? Damn!
you throw the thing in it. In the background, you could hear it clutter and hit like what you grab like this big old stone, and you see the background like
zombies.
You hit a metal trash can, and it does its job of like making loud clanging noise, crash it, and rolls a little bit, and throws detritus and bits of trash along the area. The zombies all for a second like look, and comes and again starts like moving now back into the fray. Temporarily distracted them, but not enough. At this point, Stacy manages to undo the shotgun thing. Yes, definitely manages. Oh, natural 20. Manages to undo the shotgun thing. The zombie straight in front of her. Cut to like that special effects where the zombie is blown back exactly 15 feet out of the frame of the picture. She gets into the vehicle. Now, the vehicle is a Jeep Wrangler. Well, yeah, it's a Jeep Wrangler. Open back. It has one of those paper cloths.
Just give me a second. Just have someone at the door.
Oh, yeah.
So, since we are taking a small break with Feng going off, I would like to welcome Luby now to the stream. A new viewer. Hey Luby.
Howdy.
It's me, Redwood. If you know me, say hi. If you don't, have fun. but hopefully, if you never played the Dungeons and Dragons before, feel free to listen in. We are not the traditional sort of Dungeons and Dragons. We're more of action story oriented. We are very low on the rolls and very low on combat. Usually the games are much more combat focused. We have a tendency.
We have exactly eight episodes.
We have 8 episodes to go, and we want to make this story go all the way to the crescendo and finale before we move back to our regularly scheduled programming.
And I happen to love putting players through a railroad style campaign, which is pretty much what this is. All right. Back in. Cut to the zombie being blown completely off of the screen, and she opens the door and starts trying to get in, and cut to her fumbling with the keys. Stressed. Cut to Feng. Your reaction again.
Alright, so Feng's going to...
1 success, 2 failures.
So I just imagine Feng's starting like a run towards the car, and what he's doing is he's like, if there's like a zombie that's like crawling, he's like putting his hand vaulting over it. He's using his quarterstaff to do like pole vaults and all this, or he's doing like rolls over zombies' backs and all this. So I'm seeing something like not athletics, acrobatics.
Do it.
Here,
I love it.
You know, tuck and rolls and all this sort
Roll
of stuff. Bloody hell!
That's the story, baby. That's the story.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you fail.
I know.
And you're doing fantastic. The camera tracks you almost in slow motion. You're like jumping over. You pole vault over one of them. You do that nice little summer flip. You land in a perfect hero pose down on the ground. The camera zooms in on you as you look up, ready to go forward. And as you're starting to like stride forward, you trip and fall as there's a zombie on the ground just holding onto your leg and is ready to do like this chow down. As with the camera cuts to you're just like trying to kick it, and you're still trying to struggle forward. You guys are barely maybe halfway to the car. Cut to Stacy's reaction as cut to the key gets into the car. Panic look on her face. Cut to Jericho.
Okay, she's in one of them. She used a key. I saw that.
Yeah, she's in the Jeep Wrangler.
There's more than one of these, right?
There was 4. She cut down one of them. There's 3 of them around you. One of them's at your ankles. Well, one of them's on the floor.
Vehiculars. How many vehiculars are there?
That's just one.
There's Jeep Wrangler and an ATV, all-terrain vehicle. That's it.
Okay, so the one we came with and the one we were supposed to leave with. Fine. All right.
And you can see the camera cuts to the all-terrain vehicle, and you can see like one of the tires is ripped. There's gasoline drip coming off of it. There's a bit of like blood splattered all over it. But cut back to you.
So, with that quick look around, it seems I wish to go and kick this thing to compliance. It's not. It's not doing as supposed to. So I'm gonna go and kick it. Most animals react to that.
The vehicle or the
vehicle?
Oh, fantastic!
He's going to discover the fawns.
I like to do our Arcana, but I know you'll fail at that. And your intent is to actually do. Do you want to do an attack, or do you want to use your?
No. Arcana. If you say you want me to do it.
No. The whole point of this is you tell me what skill you're going to use, and then you explain how that skill is being used.
Well, I'm going to use Arcana because most magical devices that fail to function are usually fixed by percussive maintenance.
Yes.
And that is a universal truth. If it doesn't work, hit it. If it still doesn't work, then you have a problem.
Fantastic.
So this is a pure arcanic kick.
Arcane kick. I love it.
12.
Oh! You know, you guys.
Oh, we have the 1d4 for the hour. We have forgotten to use
donuts. That. Yes, that's like I gave it to you for something. Thank you for reminding. Come on, 3. Come on, 3.
Yes! You was forgetting something.
So
for me, that would have never helped at all because all my rolls were like so low. Deception was actually 2 away, but so
you're there on the other side, and you're just like looking at this monstrous piece of metal. It's almost like to you, it's like a giant beast made out of pure metal.
Allow me. So Jericho looks. Jericho is surrounded by these zombies. He's like, well, getting rid of these. He starts running, powerful enough to get loose from the guy hanging onto him. Goes towards the thing and goes, "Work, damn it!" and goes in for a straight running kick into the front of the vehicular. It goes dunk. There's
cut to Stacy. Look, I got it. Everybody, get in, quick! It's like, and you could hear her like that sound of like clutch being engaged incorrectly. Cut to that sound cue. One more thing, Feng. It's up to you. What would you like to do?
I think it's gonna be me picking myself up. It's just gonna be one last kind of desperate acrobatics roll to land on the roof of the Jeep Wrangler.
Absolutely. You could roll it.
Right, I'm gonna roll that bloody D4. Please be 2. Yes!
Boom! As like the wheels start spinning, cut to the wheels are spinning, spraying mud and dirt in the background. Cut to you just like landing on, there's a shuffle inside. Cut to you on the top of the thing, like holding on to like the back portion, and you just like grab onto the bars and swing in through one of the open windows. And again, this is those type of Jeep Wranglers that normally it's completely open from. There would normally be a cloth back so that it goes and protects against the rain. It's completely open, so you're able to just jump into the back seat. Right next to you is the duffel bag, and from like one of the duffel bags, there's like a little bit of a zipper open as the cat Foxy is just there with her head out, just like looking around. Cut to the Jeep just like rumbling down, and this is a brand new experience for you. You guys are in the belly of the beast. It's choppy. It's rumbling. Stacy puts like this her seatbelt on, and you're just there, seatbeltless, not sure where to stand or what to do. The entire dashboard, everything around is completely alien to you. You're struggling to even stay in position without falling out of the car. On occasion, like she's flooring it. The engine is redlining it. She's whipping around a couple of the turns, and you're trying to. In fact, why don't you both of you give me a check against what's called acrobatics, athletics check, athletics save.
Athletics, so Constitution save. Or
No.
dexterity save?
Dexterity save, that's the one.
Ooh, okay. This is gonna be nice. 3.
I've got a +6.
I got a +0.
No seatbelts on you. No seatbelts. She takes one of the She takes one of those massive turns, and both of you just get slammed against this vehicle. You don't fall out, but like one of you is like head over ass. One of you is head over ass upside down. The other one is just like banging. And then the cut to like it's still like bouncing. There's the camera zooms in on the rearview mirror as it says objects are closer than they appear, and as it zooms in, you can see in the background just zombies. Two zombies like trailing.
1d6 points of bludgeoning damage from the flailing around in the vehicle.
Only on the natural one. So, who rolled the nat one?
That's me.
They roll it. You take. Why don't you roll the 1d6 for me?
1d6.
Yeah.
Please be a 1. Please be a 1. Oh, that's okay.
Dude. Cut to her just like desperately like driving. Okay. Did you guys get hurt?
Whoa! That is one fast mount you have there.
Yeah. Hang on.
I wonder if our cart will go this fast without a horse.
As she's talking, the camera cuts through to the dashboard. As you can see, the miles per hour are starting to jump like 35, 45, 55. Just another jostle. The RPMs are just like going starting to a red line. At which point the gas meter just going like starting to go crazy. A couple of the other gauges are starting to like do these odd things. Jericho, I would like you, Jericho and Feng, I would both like you to roll me an Arcana check.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun. 14.
And for myself, no. 8.
One pass, one fail, and let's see what happens with. For now, the vehicle is starting to move for the cut to like that scene where overview shot of the mountain as the Jeep is just like trailing against one of the roads, and there's just a cloud of dust being pushed off. The camera zooms out as it shows it traveling down the mountainside. It's more like a hillside, you know. Los Angeles for the most part is a valley, but there's like a kind of like a mountain, Sierra Mountains, and a lot of hills. Griffith Park Observatory and that whole section is like that. Because literally, it's the Griffith Park Observatory. There's a big old building there, and it's at its topmost peak, just outside of the city of Los Angeles. It's going down. Cut to the camera starts zooming in, and there's black smoke starting to come out from the exhaust section. As Stacy's look is just panicked, and she's just like focusing straight on the road. Her eyes glance down as you hear the engine strain. Cut to her like trying to stomp the foot. Something's wrong with the damn vehicle. Eventually, you make it towards the bottom portion of the hill as at a certain spot. Cut to like car stops to a sliding skid as you hear the engine do that little weird pinging and knocking sound as it shuts off.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right, and cut to her trying to do the engine turn with the key again. And then you just hear the bing, 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 bing as the little ding, as the indicators like door open is just playing, is just on. And she's like, I think we flooded the engine. Looks like we're on foot from here. It's around noon right now. The oppressive Los Angeles sun is right above you. Intense heat. The fog has lifted, leaving nothing but like a muggy atmosphere. This strange, weird smell, and again, that constant little like weird buzzing hum is still pervasive everywhere. However, you're now at the foot of the mountains. Um, there is like what appears to be a little bit of a road that still leads forward a bit. As Stacy starts like taking the bag, puts it on her shoulders, grabs a shotgun, grabs her walkie talkie, puts it off to the side. Says, "All right, boys, we're on foot from here."
There. How far to the magic castle? What are you saying?
Wow. It's still about 60. Still about 60 miles from here. So, on foot, 3 days travel. We'll have to find an alternate means of transportation.
Oh, yes.
I know a place. We could go by my apartment. It's not too far from here. It's maybe a 2 hours walking distance from here.
Okay. I think we got to start as soon as we can.
Fantastic. Cut to a loud whistling sound as from out of a distance, the camera cuts to like a hill, and a silhouette of a horse pops by, and it does that
On 2 legs. Against the sun.
Yes, absolutely. Lens flare and everything. Lens flare and everything as it cut to once it's on its hind legs, it lands and then starts trotting down. Cut to it's there next to you as you're like petting it or doing interacting with it, however you do.
Stacy, you and I shall be riding. Feng shall be following us on foot. You lead us, and he follows.
Sounds good.
This is gonna be one tiring day.
I am slightly surprised that he's like, oh, isn't he gonna be left behind?
Just if you do full speed, I can. If you slow it down, I can keep up. But if you go at full speed, I will be having.
Isn't
I will
horse
be on
50?
the end. Horse is 60. I'm 50 feet.
So the horse is faster in here than in the. I'm still using numbers from the Pathfinder. Horse is 50.
Plus also you're carrying extra people on it.
Yeah. Well, this is a celestial horse.
Celestial horse indeed.
This is a heavenly horse. Because those are a thing for China, so they're ripping them off.
Cut to you help her under the saddle. She does that thing where she puts her arms around you, to hold on to it as you move forward. A few seconds later, there's like this road directly leads to an on-ramp to the 405 freeway, or it leads to like this concrete road. Not quite it's on 405 freeway, but it leads onto this concrete road. Cut to a scene where the horse is galloping on a winding concrete road, and Jericho's in the background. I'm sorry, and Feng in the background is just like. Let's do this for the next 1 hour's worth of travel. I would like Feng to do a Constitution saving throw. Don't forget the D4 because you have a lot of sugar.
Yeah. Okay, Constitution.
But this runs out the hour. It was only for 1 hour. We need more of these donuts. Many more.
I think I need more donuts. A lot more.
Constitution saving 3 at 1d4, and it's maximum 7. I think you failed that one.
Yeah.
So There, cut to just before there. There's a section where this road is starting. You can see now. There's more and more trees are starting to be dispersed. And this concrete road leads into that giant 405 massive river style freeway that you see right here. It's just starting to get up on there where you are cut to you right before you go up. You're just like your hands are on your knees, bent over, huffing and puffing. Say, give me 1 minute. Your shoes are not used to. I mean, you're literally running on pure concrete. Your soft leather shoes are used to more like mountain climbing, soft dirt, on occasion ground.
Oh, they're ripped to pieces.
Irregular ground is what they're used for, not this hard surface.
Yeah.
Steady hard surface.
I'm used to there being a wee bit of give in on the road, because some of the road's not cobblestone, some of it is actually just dirt road. I'm like, oh that's goddamn heat.
She gets off. Stacy says, "Hold on 1 second. I'll see if I can flag somebody down." She gets off the horse, runs a little bit forward, and it's kind of deserted. On occasion, there's 1 or 2 vehicles that passes by on occasion, and you can see her like jumping up and trying to like wave them down. Hey! As another car just zoom. Just passes by. She's doing her best to try to flag somebody down, but failing successfully.
Pardon me.
Failing, not successful, but I mean just failing.
Pardon me. I'm tired. Taking up the sword, striking into the ground, and yelling, "In the name of Paler, say it! Offer your assistance, the servant of gods."
Persuasion or
Persuasion.
Persuasion or the other intimidation with advantage.
This is persuasion. $15.
20 with advantage.
With advantage, yes.
20.
26.
Natural 20.
So that's gonna be a limo or something.
As you like slam down the thing. I mean, you just step out into the middle. Cut to you stepping out into the middle of the freeway, screaming out something, putting out your sword, and just sticking it straight into the ground. Cut to.
Stepping out in the middle of the road, striking the sword down as a 10-wheeler is barreling down directly forward. The light of Paler flashing behind, the 10-wheeler screeching into halt, stopping an inch away from his nose.
And you're just staring at this massive chrome grill, this behemoth of a beast of a transport trailer truck. You're barely standing like this. At which point, like there's a blaring horn. Stacy runs out and starts waving her hand and runs up to the window. Cut to the interior as this old-timey truck driver is like just swearing and talking and Stacy is just like whispering something. It's all off screen. In the meantime, you're like very proud of like you do the thing.
Creatures and what's it called? Muscle, nose.
Yeah.
Yes. There. Good creature. Now, be service to Paler.
As you touch it, 2 things happen. Number 1, first off, on the pure touch, it feels quite warm to the touch. Roll me an Arcana check.
Well, this is clearly a creature that is sick because the nose is too hot.
as you're touching it, the you hear the engine do like this little, and it dies.
Blinky called it. Blinky called it a minute ago.
And
Blink, you're a jinx.
cut to the door flies open, and out comes a gentleman, white shirt, brown jacket, longish dark hair, these really stark sunglasses. These yellowish tinted sunglasses. Hey, now, what did you all do to my truck now? Oh shit, you got a sword on you. What's that all about? Listen, we need to get to the city center. It's a matter of life. Sorry, wrong accent. Sorry, it's a matter of life and death. Do you think you'd get us to the city center? Well, if I could get the engine back started again, and he goes back and to the trail truck there, cut to the smokestack, and just two vicious things of smoke start popping up.
It's sort of
And
like
then
a
the
dragon
engine catches
thing.
again. Yes, and the engine catches again, and it starts moving. Well, you're in luck. I'm heading on down to local Costco. Got a assortment of products, emergency produce being brought in. So
Toilet paper. Does he need a tail gunner?
if you guys don't mind rolling back here with me, if you guys don't mind rolling in the back, then we're fine.
Of course, your generosity is greatly appreciated.
I don't know about taking your. I think there might be room enough for your horse too, though.
No worries, Tuck can handle himself. Tuck, see you next time. And the horse proceeds to gallop into the sunset, or sunrise, or whichever it is. It's always the sunset. It's always the sunset. No matter where the sun is, for a moment there is a sunset that the Tuck rides in.
It doesn't matter that it's bright noon and the noon's still top. The cut footage is always the same exact one. It rears on its hind legs.
We are in an 80s.
We're literally
direct-to-tape
reading that
TV.
clip every single time.
Yes.
It could be in the middle of the city. We're using that clip every single
Yeah,
time.
it's the desert. There's like that one cactus that has the two upwards reaching hands, and a little the flat top. What is a stone pillar that is wider on the top than it's on the bottom, and of
Mushroom.
course, mushroom.
Mushroom stacks.
And there's always that little line of cloud against the sun.
Yeah.
Bluff. Yes, bluff. That's the thing. The stone bluff. Or is it the thunder bluff?
So
To my World of Warcraft followers.
cut to like the back portion of the trailer being closed. Interior, it's darkish. There's loads of. It's quite soft as there's just like it's loaded back there with tons of plastic wrapped toilet paper everywhere. So you're easily find the spot where you can sit back, rest up against it.
Medicine produce at its finest.
Yeah. There's produce. There's a couple of those supplies, but there's enough, and you can see everything's tied off nicely. Cut to Stacy's point of view. They're talking to the, getting into the shotgun position on the trail driver. All right, lady, we're on our way. Cut to the back as it's like moving away on the actual freeway portion of it. Interior. You're in the inside of the back of the trailer. There's a bunch of supplies there, toilet paper, produce, lots of fruit, boxes of strange things, the cardboard boxes with pictures that you don't of things that you don't recognize.
I think that's a baby.
And well, is there anything inside of it that you would like to do? Any shenanigans you want to get up to?
No, I'm a law-abiding citizen. While I am curious, these are clearly packaged away, awaiting for delivery. As he said, he was delivering supplies. And if these are emergency supplies, it would be ill-advised of me to deny these from those that are indeed. So I will do my best to refrain from causing any undue havoc.
Fang?
Yeah, so Feng is going through his kit, through the bag of holding, and he's got his mess kit out. And he's going, there's not a lot of light in here.
No, it is quite dark, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's just getting, setting up in the mess kit, just a few kind of it's just the wee bit of kindling that he's somehow just kept from the previous campsite.
There's because Explorer's Kit usually includes torch, tinder, everything that you need to start a camp.
He's just setting that up in the mess kit,
Please start a fire inside of the back of a trailer, rolling down the 405 freeway in downtown Los Angeles. Please do that.
This floor seems to be some sort of wood. I would recommend against setting a fire.
Full metal. Every time you every time you talk, it's clank,
okay.
clank, clank.
If it's metal, then the amount of metal they use for this is astonishing. This whole thing seems.
You've seen nothing like this before.
Yeah, I'm then going to use my elemental attunement just to light the tinder and the kindling that's in the mess kit that I've set between the two of us, just to give us some light.
There's a little bit of a glow as a nice warmish yellow orangish glow, lights flickering as the camera zooms in on you two, sitting down on a somewhere on whatever materials that they have, close up of you two just talking back and forth.
Is this an excellent opportunity for a 10-minute break? It is halfway through the show, and we will see what sort of things happen when you set up fire on a 10-wheeler on a highway. See you guys in 10-ish minutes.
I think it's called Homeland Security, at least.
Enjoy the break donuts. We will be needing those soon.
Have you yet to actually watch it?
Hello. We have returned and have eaten all the donuts. None for you, unfortunately, anymore. If you didn't take one while they were still on the offer, that's on you.
They're quite delish.
These are nothing but the good ones.
Welcome back. Let's continue. We have a lot to cover today. Camera. Fade in. There's a semi truck. There's a semi truck red. It does this. You hear the gear shift going. It starts moving. The entire in slow bits. The screen is dominated by the trailer, side view of the trailer, just moving. And when it gets to the rear portion of it, it reveals Feng, Jerico, and Stacy standing there in the middle of a street. It's kind of it's about. Well, we don't know about the time, but the shadows are starting to move in. Let me describe the street for you. Normal black concrete, asphalt, stone everywhere beneath you. All the buildings around you seems to be different painted color stones. There's a sign in the background that you could, oddly enough, you're able to read. It's written in common. It says, "Welcome to Venice Beach Apartments." And there is a big, a long set of. It's a long wooden building, an apartment complex. Windows. There's a set of stairs, metal railings everywhere. You're out in the middle of the street. There's another weird. The streets are lined with weird vehicles. There's trees there that you've never seen before. We call them palm trees. Cut to Jericho.
I can actually read that text. Jericho says out loud. That is the first time I've seen common tongue used in writing in here.
You can read English?
No, that's common.
Huh. That's very interesting. Well, welcome to these are my apartments. She's looking around, do a quick she looks around nervously. There seems to be nobody out on the streets. Wonder right now the entire city is under lockdown. The entire series is under lockdown. Is under lockdown and like so right now is a perfect time to move about the city. There's nobody around, but I don't want anybody seeing you guys. So quick, follow me this way. She leads you up a couple of the stairs. The camera zooms in as you guys are just like looking around. Strange buildings, and they seem to be like the walls. You could definitely tell there's sort of like a structured, like they're made out of stone, and it's a rough stone exterior. It's you touch the wall, and you could feel like it's like sandy, and it's painted a sort of like a rose or a pink motif, where everywhere else is white. There's railings, metal twisted railings to prevent you from falling over, and in pure metal that it's also painted white. Very, very strange. You passed along through one of the windows, and there Feng pauses and he looks into one of the windows, and there in the window with the curtains drawn slightly open, there's a small boy, youngish, maybe about 10 years old, just like staring out at you. And right across you can see this glass pane, and on the other side is just this young human boy, dark hair, slight tan, mouth agape, cut to you walking by again. She gets to a door. You recognize the numbers. The number 42. As the door opens, she's fumbling with the lock. Door is open. Come on in. This is where I live. This is my home. Point of view. We lost somebody.
Oh, John. John fell off.
John fell off. He was being very, very quiet too. Bummer.
Way quiet. That's probably
he's back
because
in.
he froze and I didn't even notice.
He should be coming back automatically. He just messaged us. All right, doesn't
Oh,
matter.
he did?
While he joins back up,
Oh, good news. We'll just use this opportunity for a bit of good news. We just a minute ago gained Patreon affiliate credentials. We can apply for the affiliate program on Twitch. Not
Wait, for
Patreon,
reals?
Twitch. Yes. Just got the message on the dashboard. I need to do some things with Zimmy to get this to work, but by the next stream we should be the Twitch affiliates, and people can donate us things through Twitch, which is
Or
probably
just, like,
never
sign
gonna
up
happen, but at least we get the option to do that.
Hey, Wooster, we're big time now. We
We're
finally made
the
it.
big
We
boys.
finally made it.
We're playing with the big boys now.
Watch out, Critical Role. We're coming for you.
Boys now.
All right. While he joins up, the point of view camera shot as you're entering in apartment complex. Everything again is stone or just straight hard lines, as everything is painted in white. There's a lush, kind of like greenish, yellowish, soft carpet on the floor as you step in. You look around in amazement. There's a multiple windows bringing in bright light. There's a little bit of a curtains, beautifully colored flower patterned curtains in there. A bluish couch, two bluish couches with throw pillows in the corners. She sets down the Stacy goes in, and immediately to the left there's like a wooden table of sorts. She puts down the duffel bag, unzips the top, and pops out again. Foxy, meow. Little bit of purring. She like starts rolling her. She starts getting off the table. Immediately heads over to the kitchen, where, unlike any other kitchen you've seen before, everything's in gleaming white and that same porcelain with a little bit of a sort of stainless steel, a smooth steel that the audience recognizes as stainless steel. Same type of a toilet fixture, except that the kitchen sink faucet, it's got that long curly spout. There's a machine humming in the background. The audience would recognize it as a refrigerator. There's a couple of doors leading off everywhere. There's a sort of like a portal, a black mirror on the wall. As Stacy walks in, she says, "Alexa, play the news." A voice in the corner of the room starts saying. Then a voice in the corner responds with, "News playing now," and cut to like reports coming in nationwide of sporadic incidents. The death toll is still climbing as news from the virus continues to blah blah blah. It fades out in the background. Cut to you guys entering into the apartment complex, into the apartment building. What would you like to do?
Alexa, are you the servant genie of the house?
Alexa responds. What would question unrecognized. Please repeat.
Are you the
You start
spirit?
you focus in, and there's like a sort of like black cloth, and with a glowing blue magical light that's just like every time it answers, like glows for a split second.
Oh, Alexa, can you play music?
Playing music now. And in the background, some soft like classical starts playing. Would you like to get closer to inspect it?
Yes.
Roll me an Arcana check.
80.
18.
Where's the natural 20 on the other side every time? Goddamn.
This time you get close, and at a certain point, like you start seeing the blue light fade as you approach, and the music starts like causing distortion and doing that squilling noise. So you stay a good exactly 5 feet away from it. In fact, why don't you roll me? Why don't you roll me in? With that Arcana check, it was so good that you recognize the 5 feet distance. The 5 feet, the good old melee rule. Everything with the map within 5 feet. If you touch anything electronic, or you get within the 5 foot radius, it starts reacting different.
I call it the electronical distancing.
Stacy comes back. Right now, she like opens up one of the doors. She grabs she seems to like move inside and says, "All right, I'll be back in a few minutes." Makes herself comfortable. She closes the door and leaves you two there by yourself. There's two other doors besides the one that you came into. There's what appears to be a kitchen area, a living room area, and a side section where there's a table with a duffel bag, and what appears to be a sliding glass door with vertical blinds, with light filtering through it. At which point, Foxy starts going up to Feng, and you could look underneath, and there's that brown and black turtle cat just like rubbing against your leg and doing that thing where she shuffles on your ankles. And in the on one of the far walls, there's a big blackened what looks to be mirror, what the audience would recognize as a flat screen TV mounted.
That's a big mirror, sort of dark.
As you start moving up toward it, you get within the 5 foot range, and it like does this little weird static thing, and then an image appears, and then there is just a talking head, just moving without saying any lips. Underneath, there's a red, what looks to be a red banner with just more words in common that you recognize, crawling across the bottom, giving you a news feed.
And some runes I do not understand.
Yeah,
I do believe I don't understand numbers.
There's a whole section of green and red lights right about here. It's just doing its thing. You like as soon as like it pops up, you like in defensive like stance, and it's not saying anything because right now it's muted. But the talking head changes, and now there's a different talking head, and the background has shifted, but it still remains the same. Alexa in the background is still playing a little bit of soft classical music, relaxing. The cat is going up to the sliding doors, and she's like pawing it, pawing on the just the glass, creating a. Anything in particular you guys would like to do?
Wonder this. Alexa, what is this thing?
Question. Please repeat the question.
What is this big square thing in front of me that has the
I-
talking head?
Play Talking Heads now. Bum bum bum. And a new song appears, and it's Psycho Killer. Psycho Killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Bum 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 bum. Better run, run, run.
That's a lot of
run,
drums.
Run away.
But odd type of music they have. The earlier one was quite nice, but this sounds like some sort of abuse of good instruments. Alexa, can you not play this music?
Stopping music now. Silence, complete silence. The only thing you hear now is in the other, from one of the doors that Stacy had gone to. There's a rustling. There seems to be rustling in the background. The cat's still trying to claw at the glass screen door. And anything else that you would like to do at the moment?
Feng's gonna take pity on the cat. He's gonna go to the door and see if he can open it.
It's a glass field. I mean, you know what glass looks like, and it seems to be like this entire thing from top to bottom is glass, and there's a couple of like vertical blinds there, and you're able to like move them, and they have that little ripple effect, and you're like touching around. Why don't you roll me an investigation check to see if you could open this glass screen door?
Two and one.
No, a 3 and a 1.
Oh, it's a 3.
You have no clue how to operate this. You understand doors, and you even understand the doors with the little twisty knobs that you could grab onto and twist, and the ones with latches. This is just like this wall is made of glass, and with minus you breaking it, you have no clue how to open it up. The cat looks up at you and like starts clawing at your knees and just looks up at you all cute.
Just go down to Neil and scoop it up in one hand and go, yes, I will find a way to open it, don't worry.
What is the door's name? Alexa, open the last door.
Alexa, playing the doors now. Hang on. This is the end. Starts playing. This is the end. My only friend, the end. This is the end. And so now the song "This Is the End" by the Doors starts playing in the background. The cat's now in your hand. She's just like purring as you know, you got there holding it from underneath, and she's doing that thing where her arms are out clasped, like
she's just flopped.
Yeah.
This place is full of things. Stacy, your home spirit is not helping at all.
As you say this, she opens the bedroom, the door. And you can see that behind it is probably a bedroom. And she comes out with a full change of a dress. She's now wearing what appears to be darkish pants, a sort of a darkish gray sweater, or a darkish gray sweater. She's wearing like a sweater with what are those things called? Those exercise pants.
Sweatpants.
Trackies.
No. Yoga pants. Sweatpants.
Not quite. Not sweatpants. That's exactly it.
Sweatpants.
Loose flitting, able to move. Her hair is in a bun. You can see like she had just recently tried to take a quick rinse in the shower. She's changed up. All right, that feels a lot better. She goes up to the sliding door, just puts her hand up again and just like moves it. The Foxy just like goes out to the patio balcony and jumps up onto one of the railings outside. The city street noise comes in. There's a sort of like a low rustle. On occasion, you'll hear the honking of a horn. From the far off distance, there are the sirens of what appear to be police things. And then she slides it back down. The noise stops. She goes over, picks up like a black wand, and starts hitting runes on it. The television on the wall starts changing to like a different talking head. Now it starts changing to like a scene of a weird battle scene, and you can see on that it's like a portal into another dimension. There's people fighting a great massive battle as to what you absolutely 100% recognize as like a half human, half orc, but old orcish, like the evil orcish in battle armor, fighting against what looks like a whole bunch of elves and dwarves.
Oh, that's an interesting recording. I haven't seen those kind of orcs in ages. Last time I saw it was 100 years ago.
Cut to and again so the background is playing just Lord of the Rings in the background. Yes. You see her head over to the refrigerator, pull a handle, a light inside turns up. There's like food. She starts pulling out the fixins. A few minutes pass by. She comes out with like a couple of plates, and there's a stack of sandwiches, a large glass of milk, and again, the plates here are perfect, porcelain white, perfectly round. The glass is like filled. Perfectly smooth. You've never seen craftsmanship like this ever before.
They are so white and so even that they had to decorate them with stripes of different colors.
Yes. On them are you've seen sandwiches before. Pieces of meat with bread. These are perfectly sliced bread. The thickness are exactly like even. The size of of this thin. This will count as a short rest for you. All your HP, all your spells, all your stuff rejuvenate. The sandwiches.
Is it a short or a long rest? Because short rest doesn't give spells to anyone but warlocks.
Let's do long rest. This will count as long rest.
Okay, so how many hit dice do we get back in a long rest?
All of them. You don't even have to expend hit dice.
Okay.
No,
just everything.
You get all your hit points. But if you've been expending hit dice, then it's been half your number.
Okay, so I get all of them back.
Normally, I would do a short rest on this, but since travel time in the truck, till getting here, it's not been full. It has not been 8 hours. It's been more like a.
It's not the rest itself, but the food.
Yes, it's the whole. It's the whole lack of everything have happened. It's for the most part post battle. Getting out of the cabin, you've had enough time to recuperate things like
These
that.
These chicken sandwiches are good enough for a long rest.
Thinly sliced meat inside. It's ridiculous how amazing this food is. Salty, sweet, fatty tasting. The second you bite into it, it's unlike anything you've ever had before. It's a flavor explosion.
Oh. I think I've just died. Never tasted anything like this.
We are in the Fey realm.
In the background, there's a little circular container with a yellow lid looking up, and it says Oscar Mayer.
Oh, oh bollocks! We ate something from the Feywild.
What?
When you eat something in the Feywild, you cannot leave.
Is that true?
I hope not. Oh, too late now.
Speaking of which,
I think I would be complaining that much if this is what the food tastes like here.
All we need to do is send the MacGuffin's egg bag. Maybe the magic will override that. I'm not sure. We did not arrive at the Feywild the natural way. Not through one of the portals in the forest, but instead a portal of our own making. So that should possibly change the rules a bit. Perhaps. I cannot vouch for this. Well, maybe this world is not so bad to stay in. At least the horses are nice.
Stacy's in the corner. We're set up. There's a little desk in the corner with the monitor and computer screen, and she's taking bites of her sandwiches as she's looking, as she's talking to you. On that note, how did you get here? Like, how exactly did you arrive?
Ah, yes, would you like to explain, or shall I?
Magical gateway. It's the best way I can describe it.
Like a portal.
Yes, the Archmage Allura created a ritual of portal with the help of the cathedral's initiates. They managed to do a transportation spell that led to this realm from our realm. They were also able to make a tracking device that will allow us to summon the portal once again and return to where we left.
Okay, so you have a way back. She's
Yes.
and you hear the cut to fingers, close up of fingers on the keyboard. Cut to the screen. Google search engine, portals, pop, 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 pop. News reports, and she says, "Huh." The best I could see, it appears there's been a few portals opening up a couple nights ago, and portals popping up all over the Pacific Northwest. Reports in London, New York, and she cut to the screen is just like she's looking up news incidents. I think this Arkhan, and she looks up Arkhan the Cruel. 0 search results. Zombies, whatever. She's like just doing research. It appears that
What about MacGuffin's egg?
Egg McMuffin, McDonald's.
What's this McDonald's?
It's a restaurant.
Well,
Is it just the one?
Egg McMuffin does not sound the same. It seems a bit distant. Maybe they have just a thing that sounds similar, but...
He types it up again, MacGuffin. Huh. It appears MacGuffin is an old Scottish person of interest, usually associated with magic, although that term has been picked up by a lot of story writers, made famous by Alfred Hitchcock. Does the word Alfred Hitchcock mean anything to you?
No, but we might be able to ask him. Do you know where we could find him?
Oh no, Alfred Hitchcock died like 70 years ago.
Oh, that's too bad. I could have asked him when I was younger.
As you get closer, you could see that she's like working on this computer, and every time you ask her a question, she like Stacy types into the thing, and a few minutes afterward, comes back with answers for you.
That box seems to know a lot.
It's part of that. It's part of that. how's the word for this? Time out.
Magic.
Internet.
No. I want to figure out what I've been doing is I've been using certain words in Spanish that you guys would not recognize in common.
Yeah.
Like you guys would have no clue of the word internet.
Mhm.
It's like a series of tubes of information. It was Al Gore invented this machine, and with the help of Bill Gates, and it's a fountain of information. Here, ask me anything. I'll look it up for you, and I'll tell you what the answer is.
What is the higher level of magic?
Level 20. What?
That's much higher than I thought. I thought it was 9. Oh, well, your world, your magic. Well, if it is the same thing, that must be.
This is a perfect. Your microphone is going a little bit low, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My laughter broke my microphone.
You're back to normal. It is self-readjusted now. You're back to normal. Oh my god! It runs on an Al Gore rhythm. I'm telling you.
This is the puns, the TV show. Sure.
I'm telling you, we need to put a chat window because. I mean, our audience is just the best. Some of the shit they come up with, I just can't. It's just.
Well, I'll try and adjust that next week, but.
Froggy, this is Blinky's show, and you three are the audience.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We are the audience for the Blinky show.
Oh my god. That's Super Tramp. No, Super Freak.
Didn't know.
Bum ba da dum. Bum 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 bum. She's a super freak. She's super freaky. Not talking about Stacy. She's a nice girl.
But Stacy's mom has got it going on.
Oh yes.
It was just a teenage dirtbag, baby.
I just listened to that yesterday. So that was a
No,
good song.
we're living in a teenage wasteland. Bum bum. Just a teenage wasteland. All right. Anyways, as you approach a little bit closer, you can see the screen starting to do that staticky thing. So you take your distance, but Shelly, go ahead. What else can I look up for you?
I didn't find anything about Arkhan the Cruel, but I'm pretty sure since Arkhan does not know where MacGuffin's egg, he has the whole of the world to search for. How big is this world?
We're gonna actually use some investigation and some proper roles for this to figure out how what other. I mean, ask some questions and we'll figure something out. This is literally the time for you guys to do your. You guys are detectives, right?
Sort of, yeah.
We're meant to be.
Let's start detecting.
Let's start detecting. So, at the moment, we are looking for wizards. So, perhaps search for wizards from that box. Would that be...
Huge results. You're gonna have to be a bit more specific. Wizards of the Coast. We have Merlin. We have Penn and Teller. We have Rasputin.
Who's the greatest wizard of them all? Like Archwizard, Grand Wizard, something along those lines.
Well,
yes.
Merlin.
Where can we find Merlin?
Is there Grand Wizard there?
Or an Archwizard?
Again, just our red robes, pointy hat, lines. Like
I don't think those are the type of wizards that we're looking for.
That looks like more like the person we need.
Yeah, that is the traditional evocation school robes of an archwizard.
The screen pops up again. Windows opening up at each point, like a black and white image. cross burning, torches, marches.
That's a bit lowbrow, but that's
all the bad, all the bad portions of it start appearing on the screen, and you kind of get the sense of like the ridiculous atrocities that humankinds are capable at this point.
That seems more familiar. So, you mentioned something about a coast of wizards.
Wizards of the Coast. That's just a name. It's they write a bunch of books. That's not what we're looking for.
Do they find magic books?
Magic books. The Necronomicon. The Book of Magic.
A Book of Magic.
The problem is that what you consider magic is not what we consider magic. That's all make-believe. It's not real. I mean, it is real, but because you're here. Can you guys do magic?
Yes.
Besides the whole healing your body thing?
Technically, we use a divine magic. Wizards use arcane magic. Arcane magic has less limitations. Divine magic comes from gods. These are gifts bestowed upon us by our patrons, while wizards draw in the arcane forces of the universe. Depend the universe they will, or that's how they pronounce it. But more likely, it's like a mason takes sand and chalk and whatever and turns it into mortar. But wizards do it with arcane forces.
Would you come from gods are real? What gods?
Of course, gods are real.
More than one?
Yes.
There is some that just would want you to think they're the only one. That's for sure.
There's Baylor, there's Torm, there is Milky, there is... and the list goes on. The player doesn't know the Forgotten Realms gods that well. But
that's fine. It's fine.
But every time Jericho lists a new god, Feng just goes, and there's court.
And there's
just
court.
Keeps repeating.
And there is court. And there is court.
I take it Quad's
it's
the god that you follow.
Yes.
I'm a servant of Baylor, and he's most fervent servant of court.
Fascinating. I find there's only a few let's see. The internet pops up with a couple of descriptions. Like as soon as she's like, I found something on Paylor.
Oh.
Other names go by the Dawn Father.
Yes.
The Dawn Father, the Everlight.
Yes.
Apollo. Oh, Zeus. Interesting. God of the sunlight, harvest, upkeeper of truth and justice. Interesting. As you're saying this, you're just like nodding your head. Yep. Okay. So, mages, wizards. Oh, Magic Castle. Let me see what I could find on that.
Wait. That page where you found about Paylor, that is all real information.
Oh.
Who put that up?
Can that box tell you what the holy symbol of Paylor is?
She brings it up, and on the screen is a sort of a circle. It's pure yellowish circle, and it has like a...
It's exactly the same as the one hanging from my neck.
And she's looking back at the screen and...
Perhaps you should consider serving Paylor and receive his blessings. I can teach you the proper rituals of devotion and subservience.
Can Is there any mention of cord on your word?
Roll me a history arcana check. I should have been doing this because I want to pillar off the top, but let's see what she finds on cord. Peeler's kind of a bigger no name.
Yeah. Probably not.
6.
A 6. Let's see. I have Thor. This there is some mention of cord. The Storm Lord,
Yes.
God of Thunder,
Uh-huh.
or Zeus as well. Interesting. Leader of Tempest and War, and monk religious class, also a ruler of the land and sea.
Mine
Is
sounds
thunder a
familiar.
big deal with is like this is mostly a lot of this has to do with the weather, kind of like God of Thunder and ocean and battle.
Yes.
And she pulls out the symbol, and again the symbol is both like the Stormlord. It's mostly like a lightning bolt superimposed on top of like what looks to be a hammer. There's a lot of Thor iconography towards that. She's like saying coming from the Nordic ancient religions. She's listing off a lot of things. A lot of it sounds very familiar, but a lot of it sounds very off base, and a lot of it sounds conjecture.
That's
Who is spreading the teachings of Cord and Palor in this world?
Those religions. I mean, those names have been. It's been thousands of years since those names have been mentioned.
But
At least last known mention was in 1160 AD. 1160 AD, around the myth of King Arthur, Merlin, and gosh, what's the evil queen from Merlin?
Morgan Le Fay.
You recognize that name as she mentions that.
Morgan Le Fay. Isn't that
Yeah,
the queen of what's that place? It's on top of my history check. Let me just bash my head in a bit and find my history roll. 9.
It's on the tip of your tongue. You recognize the name. She was a big thing previous lifetimes ago. She was one of the people that aided in trying to bring back the like Vecna. Vecna was one of the ancient priests that tried to ascend into godhood himself. In fact, you recognize Vecna because the big old thing about him is that he took out one of his eyes and his hand.
And Arkhan the Cruel has his hand.
Correct.
Yes. Now I remember Morgan Le Fay. And proceeding to explain what you just explained to Stacy, so we don't have to go through the same text twice.
Right. The Wookiee rule. Whatever one person knows, everybody knows.
Uh-huh.
The Chewbacca defense.
Yeah. Chewbacca defense.
Google that.
The scene, the camera shifts in as like she's on the chair. Both of you are hunched over, looking over her, asking questions. The camera does that thing where time passes in a rapid fashion. The background, the sun seems to be changing the light, and inside here, the light coming in from the windows is dimming quicker. It's almost like seems to be like almost sunset, and by the time she cut to she looks back. It's like, wow, why does the time pass? It's almost sunset, and at which point, like you've been asking tons and tons and tons and tons of questions to find out more about the area. I'm going to advance the story a little bit forward, but is there anything in particular that you'd like to find out more about? I'll try to do a condensed version of it.
Do you have donuts?
Donuts. She mentions Voodoo Donuts. Voodoo Donuts is a fantastic place. She's like, oh, what you had is nothing. That was from Dunkin' Donuts. Those are just junk. What you would need is Voodoo Donuts. And she's like, oh, let me check to see if I have something here. And she looks into the she opens up her refrigerator. That open box again, light comes out. A few seconds pass by. She's like, sorry, I'm all out.
Yeah.
But if you like, she looks up Voodoo Donuts and she's like, huh. It appears they're either open for pickup or for delivery. Would you like to go get some donuts?
Yes.
She reaches down and grabs something. The camera cuts to her doing this. All right, they're going to be delivering. I've ordered up some donuts. They'll be here delivering within the next 20 minutes or so.
That was quick.
Yes.
Your walkie talkie is not really handy if they can connect to more than one person.
We call this a celular. Cellular. Cellular phone. Cellular. A cell. We call this a cell.
A cell.
A cell. That's what we put people in when they're being causing a ruckus or misbehaving. Yeah. Use that word.
Do you?
We call
that?
We call that a jail.
Oh, we use that word too, but those are the fancy ones. We use the cells because that's we deal with commoners.
Yeah, we do.
Nobles go to jail.
A few minutes pass by. You know, you guys are doing some more research. There is a set of chimes, musical chimes that interrupts your research. Bing bong bing. Bing bong bing.
Is Alexa playing?
Heads over to the door, opens it up. You can now see the sun is starting to set. The background, things are getting dusk is approaching. Things are happening. There's a young gentleman there. He's dressed in like a greenish button-up shirt, pimply face, moppish hair, kind of like in dreads. It's like, hey, somebody order up some donuts. And he's holding a
donuts,
kind of like a pinkish box, and she exchanges like. Slips him a piece of green papers, and he gives her this cardboard box. It's like, hey, sorry about the late, man. Shit's getting weird out there.
Magnificent work traveling these dangerous streets. We commend you on your braveness, good sir, and may Palo protect you on your journey back.
Oh man, that's cool. I like all that. What is that? Some sort of like protective gear to protect against the virus that's outside?
I do believe it's called chain mail in this language as well.
Gnarly, man. Awesome. Oh, dude, I like your makeup, bro. That's super cool.
Yes.
Wow.
Are you using makeup? I didn't know.
Which place Stacy is just like, okay, thank you, bye-bye. Oh, wait.
That would have been a good point. Oh, hey, you guys should come to our role-playing group this Saturday. We got this thing going on that you would fit right in.
You hear that? Yeah, you guys playing D&D in there?
Technically, yes.
She comes back with a pink box. Open it inside. There is a half dozen of ridiculously amazing donuts. Now, for real, Voodoo Donuts is a place,
Yeah.
and they are fantastic. I mean, they have bacon and maple donuts. Is mwah.
I'm
They
just
have
looking at their wiki,
bacon.
and my mouth is watering looking at it.
Yeah, let's look up Voodoo Donuts. They're based out of Portland, Oregon, but they are fantastic.
Let me just put that on the main screen and block your faces with it.
Two
Voodoo
shops in
Donuts
Portland,
in Oregon.
two shops in Denver, one in Eugene.
Bacon on a donut. Come on. Oh, there's also like Baron keychains. Give me more donuts and less. Yeah, that's.
Oh, the Captain My Captain donut with Captain Crunch cereal on top.
Yeah, it is again delicious, absolutely delicious.
I mean, come on, look at these babies.
Look at those things.
Maple bar, bacon maple, Montreal cream. Oh,
Mango Tango, one of my favorites.
sprinkle cake. Nice. That looks. Excellent.
The chili one. Go to the chili one. Ring of Fire, fantastic. Oh, the satanic one, the Diablo.
Is that maybe like what you're gonna have after you eat it?
Yeah, the Ring of Fire is probably named after the effect it leaves on you.
Yeah, we're not saying which ring.
This show has been sponsored by Voodoo Donuts. Please send Carlos a box.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you do send Carlos a box, we will use that box and put it into our break screen instead of the donuts we have now.
Yes, they are very hipster
promise.
donuts, but they are incredible. And yes, as you take a bite of them, whereas the stale donuts were just like the absolute best thing you've ever tasted, these donuts make that just ridiculous in comparison.
I've just seen their tagline. I'm trying not to laugh at it.
Oh, I forgot their tagline.
What's the tagline? Wait,
Yes, now you got to share because it's been a while for me.
The magic is in the hole.
That's just so apropos.
Oh.
Okay.
There is a she as you're eating this, she's looking up the Magic Castle. It's closed at the moment. She tries calling them. There's no answer. She's like, I know, I'll send them a message. Damn it. They're just not. Regardless, we have to get there. I don't have a vehicle, but we could Uber. And she, as you're enjoying.
What sort of an animal is an Uber?
It's hard. It's difficult to explain. It's another vehicle, a car, except that somebody else drives for it and we pay them. It's kind of like a taxi service.
Taxi? Service? But, I know the word service, but the...
Caravan. We
okay.
pay somebody to drive us there.
Oh, a coach.
Yes. A coach.
Yes, a coach, a rental coach.
Well, yes, obviously a rental coach. That is a thing. You can hail a coach to get you home from tavern if you can afford it. It's not very often used by the commoners, though.
I was just wondering if maybe they were just being a wee bit, innocent, and their tagline, nope. I've just seen some of the donuts there. The cock and balls.
Yes.
They are not innocent in any mean.
There's a reason why the Voodoo Donuts is famous, besides being ridiculously delicious.
I'm sure that is the one that is there for the hen nights. Surely it's just the hen nights, you know?
Um. So you're eating your donuts, and it's going to give you, for the time being, I'm going to give you guys 2. For every donut that you have, it's going to get you a inspiration check. What that means is at any point, you can re-roll somebody's die. Like if you roll a die and you don't like it, well, you'll do that with advantage. Or if under an enemy's attack, until the next morning, you have for every donut that you consume right now, you will have 1 inspiration. There's a total of 6. It's a half dozen donuts there at the moment.
I think Feng will not be able to move it after the end of the next 2 days if he keeps eating these things.
They're super calorific. I mean, they're super calorific.
Super calorific. Expialidocious.
They are too good for Jericho to eat more than 2. His natural instinct is to go, if I eat more of this, I might not wake up. And I'm immune to disease, including diabetes.
He can just feel his heart just beating that wee bit faster, you know? It's like...
Stacy gets down after she's like half eating one. She's still like on the computer, like her eyes are locked, doing just tons of research, trying to find out everything. She's like, okay, I think we might be able to get to the Magic Castle. They're not open at all. They're not responding to calls, but we have to get there. I've ordered up an Uber, and it should arrive here shortly. I guess we're gonna be heading out. Is there anything that you'd like to do to prepare?
So, who are the leaders of the Magic Castle?
She's doing a couple of searches. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know who's the leader, but I have a couple. David Blaine, Chris Angel, Penn and Teller. Rasputin. Interesting. Really?
Why is that name somehow important?
There used to be an old Russian, I guess, like a magician, maybe 80 years ago. But that dude died. A legend says that they poisoned him, shot him, cut off his head, burnt him, and he was still able to move and talk. In fact, the legend says that at some point he took his freshly chopped off head and placed it back on his body, and he kept on moving. Of course, these are all legends, but now I don't even know what to believe.
That's like a leech, isn't it?
Hey, what?
A lich.
Why don't you roll me a? Well, yeah, it sounds like it.
Sure, it's a lich. Or was that vampire? 12.
It's very vague description. A lot of the things sound like it, like the unable to die, things like that, surviving. Ridiculous. Like she said, he was hanged, burned, poisoned, shot, stabbed, head cut off, and he just kept drowned. They drowned him. None of this can. This is.
Either he's a very powerful mage, able to cast several protective charms and illusions, or he could be a lich, which in turn would imply that he's undead. And if he's undead, that particularly liches have phylacteries that allow them to come back again every time they're killed.
Unless I think you have to destroy. Was it the phylactery you said?
Yes, but it's not unheard of them to be exceedingly old in the hundreds, if not thousands of years. They're practically immortal, except when you kill them the right way. I mean, I'm 150 years old.
Let me get this straight. Magicians have the ability to live forever?
Oh yes, I've heard of some mages being able to do it even without turning to undeath, but that is the easiest way by far, as far as I know.
Well, there is, I suppose, that for you to get that far, it's like, what is it? You have to destroy part of your soul in doing that?
Yes. Sort of sacrifice your soul. It's not a deal with the devil, but it's close enough.
As you're saying this, the camera zooms in closely at the still image on the computer of Rasputin, old Russian dude, long blackened beard, curly bits of hair under what looks to be a wizard's hat, is all dressed in brown and leathers, intense eyes like this on the screen. The camera is slowly zooming in on that face. The music intensifies, sort of like a eerie. At which point, there's a knock outside. There's a knock outside on the door again. Stacy says, "Oh, that must be the Uber driver."
Ah, excellent. We are prepared to go. We have packed all your things into our bags.
As she goes to the sliding door again, slides it open, and there Fox is scratching at the door. Gets in. She closes the sliding door. Turns off. Alexa, lights off. Everything in the living room, TV off. All the other lights turn slowly off. She opens the door leading to the outside. The sun is dark. There is a sort of greenish tint to the air. In the background, you hear a loud screech. Sound of a car crashing in the far distance. There, standing at the doorframe is another gentleman in bald head, glasses, wearing a gray shirt, black beard. So, one of the order Uber, and as a crash happens, he turns around, and in the background you can see in the background there's a vehicle that's just like seems to have crashed into a light post. Somebody opens the door and runs out. The camera focuses in a little bit closer in, and you see somebody running away in a fast distance. There is a sort of greenish light that sort of fades out, and now it's replaced by like the orangish glow as the street lights of Los Angeles start glowing orange. Into the frame appears a ghoulish flesh monster just moving across the ground, with on four legs like a beast with muscles ripping. Some sort of hellhound just jumps on top of the actual car that landed. It's cut to the claws digging into the hood of it. Cut to the face. It's a demonic looking devilish dog with horns. Open mouth with a set of double teeth. Opens up as it howls into the night sky. The Uber driver at the door says, "What the fuck?" and just starts running. That's the scene in front of you. What would you like to do?
It appears things are moving more dire. Haste must be taken. The faster we get to McGovern's egg, the faster this will be all over for your world.
She reaches out, grabs her shotgun, and straps on the thing. She's got a little like a red sash, kind of Rambo style. Tights and says,
Which one of these is the Uber? We must leave now.
You see Mr. Uberman just like running off to the left, banisters, taking the stairs, like hopping down, and you see parked in the right directly underneath you. There's a sort of another one, a gray smallish car that's parked. This is not the one that was crashed. The one that's crashed is a little bit across the street. This is the parking lot to the actual apartment complex. That's where he parked. It's not even parked. He just literally like pulled up to the middle of the parking lot, left the car running, came upstairs. The street across is where there's a car that's like smoking as it's crashed into a light pole that's almost half bent over. On top of that, there's this big beast that looks like to be a hellhound, just prowling and as it does this little from the distance off in stereo sound. If we had surround sound, it would be playing. You hear a response.
More than one.
We have now start converging onto the spot, onto the street in front of you. 3 hellhounds. The camera cuts. You look down over the railing. You're on like the 2nd or 3rd floor of this apartment complex. Underneath the dude is like trying to jump into his Uber, and he's struggling with the door as he's looking across the street as these things, and he finally just like puts his arms up in despair and runs the opposite way, leaving the car running. Doors locked. Beneath you and across the street, there's 3 of those hellhounds, kind of like converging, and seems to be stepping little by little, moving forward.
They can smell our divinity. And this is when Jericho jumps over the railing to cut down the time and hopefully land close enough to this Uber to do something.
You do one of those superhero jumps over the railing, three stories down. You land on one knee. That ripple effect on the concrete as it breaks your fall, and holding one hand, you step up. You do that cool little thing like. Give me a one-liner. Come on, you can do it. I'm putting you on the spot.
Back to the darkness by the power of Baylor.
And that's where we're gonna cut for today's episode.
So you avoid landing. No, the only way to do it. I am amazed how you can topple each session after the other. It feels like every session is more intense and more fun as we go along.
Yeah.
There was no battles this time. I mean, the actual battles that happened was off screen. I put you in medium res.
Yeah.
But thank you for that compliment. I'm trying out different things, and I like to see what's working and what's not working. So thank you for that. I'll take that.
I have absolutely zero complaints about your style of game mastering. Makes me look like a dullard in comparison.
This is one of the things. It's like if you look at some of the older games, they do just say it is easier to get into action if you just start in media res and you give them and they say it's a bit railroady, but if you give them a clear goal, it starts the story going, and then you're not potentially flapping around going, what are we going to do?
Well, thank you. On that, I try to. I go by Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock taught me a lot about how to make a movie. His
So you
movies
met
are.
him.
His movies are so full of. He's got this thing. He calls it the refrigerator test. He's like, if you can watch one of an Alfred Hitchcock movie, and then by the end of the night, you're opening up to the fridge. You've gone home from the cinema. It's been a few hours. You open up the fridge. You're like, wait a second. There was like 3 or 4 plot holes. That does not make sense. It doesn't matter because the whole time the experience of the movie is what matters. After that, once you've come home and you've cooled down and you get a chance to talk, and you're like, wait a second, none of that makes sense. It doesn't matter.
You enjoyed their experience either way.
Right, and I use that technique. I mean that is I like that about Alfred Hitchcock. But the other thing that he made exclusively clear was like, besides being a visual director, he hated talking. He said like, if my actors have to say words, I've already failed. I can show the exposition by pure visuals. But he says his main thing is he has to make it perfectly clear to the audience what is happening at all times. Here's the clear objective. Here's the clear MacGuffin. He zooms in on the camera onto things that are of importance that he wants the audience to know. And I try to put all my DM style that way, like to make it clear, like here's the stakes, here's your situation, here's your goal. Save the eggs, save the world.
Unfortunately, you have one slight problem. You talk a lot. You fail.
Yeah, but it's not like he's got the advantage of like pre-rendering half the scenes in front of us, so he can go, just watch this clip.
That's just laziness.
The other thing that I'm doing different here is rather than me telling you what your situation is and it's describing everything to you, I put it like in visual terms. Like I want you to imagine this that I'm describing you, like the camera cut from here. It helps me narratively. I don't know. I'm trying it out. We'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Well, I would at this point like to thank the 4 people who have followed us during this particular stream.
Yep.
Lumina, Whisperity, Kek7Go, and Magiti. Thank you for following us and making this stream in its own way more memorable, and for your help in making us affiliate approved. Sure.
Oh, John did you know about that?
Oh yeah, John wasn't here. We are approved.
We're big time now.
Approved for Twitch affiliate.
Shut. Damn.
Shut the front door.
Yes. We can get the big monies now. Da 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 da.
We
Party
made
time. Somebody play Mexican Hat. Party music. Give us some royalty-free stuff.
Royalty-free stuff. Oh, actually, I can. Playing D&D with my friends. Playing D&D and I don't know where it goes. Rolling some dice. Battling some zombies in the city of LA. That's nice.
By the way, I'm fully expecting us to meet a Fresh Prince out here.
Well, unfortunately, we're in Venice Beach, not in Bel Air. So this would be Bel Air right here.
I can't see what you're pointing at.
Sorry, because I'm using the mouse. This would be Bel Air area right here up on this hill.
Yeah.
Venice would be technically by the ocean all the way over here at the horizon.
Yeah, we need to go back. Plus, Fresh Prince has left Bel Air like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So we sort of missed.
It's what's the other
Oh
one?
wait, what do we got? Is it really only 3 more sessions to go, or do we have 4 more sessions?
This was session 5.
No,
This is
4.
session
5.
This is session 4.
5.
Oh really?
No, I thought we're on session 4.
I'm pretty sure it's 5.
No, we've counted that as 4.
First
Well,
session.
we'll see.
First 2 were in there. Third session was transit. Fourth session was the first session here, and now it's this session.
We'll figure it out. Should we
We'll
just say
figure
we
it-
have? Should we say we have 4 more sessions?
We have as many sessions as we freaking need because who is running this show? We are.
Yeah. we can just have Sim come in for the last session as the bad guy.
Ooh, nice. But that's a nice plan, and everyone's gonna call us racist, and we'll get more views.
Well, being keeping with the tradition because Sim's character dies.
Point taken.
Or we can subvert the expectation.
Or we
he
can
wins.
or we can just say we borrowed this plot line from H.P. Lovecraft.
Which actually is a thing that's happening. Cthulhu is a thing.
Cthulhu is totally a thing in every plot line, and I hate it.
Well, Cthulhu, Chained Oblivion, Potato.
Well,
Same thing like with Cord versus Thor versus Zeus.
it's actually quite funny because like Evil Hat they did Fate of Cthulhu. They actually pointed out and saying while we can appreciate him, trying to explore and create a mythos to explore the fear of the unknown, a lot of this fear was quite racist. There.
Well, it could be argued that he didn't know the other.
Oh,
races.
he knew. Oh no,
You know, it doesn't matter.
he knew.
I said it could be argued, not that I do it.
Yeah. But it was funny. But they actually outright went and said it, and it's like because like a lot of things that when they do like if you get like the the books on like Lovecraft and they try and say yes, he was a product of his time. There.
Everything is a product of his time.
No,
Disney, Disney is a product of its time.
Yeah.
They acknowledge it now. They're like, the next thing that you're gonna watch, Song of the South. Yeah, that was a product of its time. Sorry,
But
at the same time,
on the other hand, I appreciate the way the Warner Brothers did it. They were just like, yeah, we did this. We're not hiding it. To hide it is to say we didn't do it, and we're not going to go down that road. You want to watch it? Here it is.
I grew up on Looney Tunes, man.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm just
Even
thinking.
I grew up on Looney Tunes, and I'm in fucking Finland.
And just for the record, Speedy fucking Gonzalez is a goddamn national hero to us Mexicans, okay? That is not a... We love Speedy Gonzalez. No shit, that dude is awesome as fuck.
Yeah.
We thank you for that.
Only Karens think that's racist.
Yeah.
The thing I always find funny is when people talk about you can't say that you're going to offend someone, and I'm just going, isn't that in itself racist saying that people of certain ethnicities will potentially take offense to certain types of jokes?
There is listen, I can't control how you react to the words that I say.
No.
First off,
Yeah.
if I say something and if I say a set of words to 1,000 different people, each one is going to have a different response to those words.
Exactly.
At a certain point, I could be like explicitly saying shit that's just going to piss off everybody. But if that's not my intent, for you to take it as that intent that's on you.
Yeah.
There's a balance. I mean, there's a balance, give and take. Whatever.
There is going to your face and saying, bleep, 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 you bleep. I'm not going to say any of the words.
Did you just call me a bleep?
Yes.
You mother of
Bleeper.
But yeah,
See the
there is
keyword.
difference of coming into person and intentionally doing the insulting, and then there is, well, I think Speedy Gonzales is a national hero.
It's also
And Speedy Gonzales isn't even Mexican. It's an American product. It's a United States product.
Yes.
Calling United States American is like hogging an entire two-piece continent.
That's also true.
It's annoying.
Or the American
Everybody-
language.
Everybody across
English
the
language.
pond is an American, from my point of view. Just 300 million people tend to hog all, like, 2 billion of you, or a billion of people you have on that continent.
well, there's two continents that are the Americas.
Yeah, close to a billion, I would say. Brazil and United States alone are like over 500 million. So the rest of them make it somewhere around 700 or something.
We're going to suddenly start looking up the numbers, aren't we?
Nah.
I was told there'd be no math.
Well, let's see if Google can math.
Just put that in, can Google Math? Just see what its reply is.
How many people in all of America? 328 million
400.
in United States. No,
Yeah,
no,
so
I
it's
said
gonna
all
be-
of America.
You have to put like in North America or South America.
You have to call all these countries in the continent of North America and continent of South. Unfortunately, there's 300 plus. There's about 350 million in USA. There's
Yeah.
probably another 10 million in Canada?
500,
No,
579 million in North America and 422 million in South America.
Did we go up? Are my numbers off? 600 million in the United States?
That's actually no, it's North America. It's including Mexico.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because about maybe 30 to 50 million of that
So
is
that-
Canada.
That's actually takes you over. You are 1,001 million people in all of Americas. About
Wow.
according to Google. So exactly.
Oh, and,
so I
for
was
the
on
record-
point with the 1 billion people. Yeah.
And for the record, last time I said Los Angeles, it's 4 million people in Los Angeles.
That's less than I thought it would be.
Yeah, but that's, Los
That's
Angeles
just-
itself encompasses
It-
the entire city as well as the multiple surrounding cities. Like Los Angeles,
That's-
city of LA counts for at least 8 other cities.
Yeah.
Because I think when they're saying that, they're talking just about just LA itself and not
LA
the
metropolitan
combination.
area.
Because the LA metropolitan area, I think, is 16 to 20 million people, but it only then has something like silly. It's got like one of the things that's pointed out. It's got like half. It's got nearly the same population as New York over a wider area, or it's actually got a bigger population than New York over a wider area, but half the fucking cops to do
Yes.
the job.
That is correct. See, we built wide. In fact, you can see by this, we built
yeah.
everything very wide. We went wide. Portland, Oregon decided to build up. They decided to build concentrated and build up. And we did that so that we would not soak up the resources of the natural land. Like there's a lot
And-
of forest in the middle of the city.
And then we have Finland. We have 5 million people, and we are in the top 10 of the European countries by landmass. We essentially have 17 people per square kilometer.
It's like Scotland. It's like a third of the landmass. It's a third of the landmass of Britain, but we've got like a tenth of the population. No, it's like 8% of the population.
39 people per square mile. So compare that to, let's say, California. California is 253 people per square mile, which is surprisingly less than Florida.
You know what we're gonna do?
It's actually less than Ohio. Damn. You guys are sparsely populated. Nah, you're just concentrated on the few spots of land that are actually even.
Yeah, so
Or flat.
Scotland's population density is 67.2 per square kilometre.
I can't keep track of these numbers anymore, man.
You were told there would be no math, but we lied.
Yeah, but if you compare it to England's there, it's 259, right? So
The United
England's
Kingdom.
United Kingdom as
United Kingdom has England is 1,349 people every square mile. Compare that to Finland, where it's less than 40.
yeah.
It's math. 1349 divided by 39. 34 times more dense.
Wow.
To be honest, when I first time I flew over England in night, I was like,
It's just
how
lights.
dense are those population centers? Like, you can walk from town to town. What the?
Yep.
In Finland, where I used to live, if I walked from town to town, it would take days. Days.
Oh yeah, you can easily walk from. Same for like the central belt of Scotland. It's similar. You get.
Oh yeah. We got nothing over Canada though. That's a fair point. But if you cut off the wilderness parts of Canada, then we are even there.
Yeah.
I want to move to Canada. I want to live in Canada.
Go ahead.
Canada's basically just two cities. It's either Vancouver on the west side, or it's Ottawa or the Toronto metropolitan area on the east side.
The rest
I'm
of it
thinking,
is just the yard.
Yeah, the wilderness in the middle.
I'm thinking next year, depending on how the elections go, I may have to just get the fuck out of the United States and go to Canada.
Just like last time, they said, "Oh, if this guy wins, we move to Canada." And I don't think there was a huge influx of people going over the border, though.
There was. Well, part of the problem was that, well,
Nobody
If I
was
can't
serious.
close the border.
Oh yeah, they built the wall.
To be honest, if there's anyone that's actually more likely to build a war, it's Canada.
They should. What am I supposed to? I had some idea. I don't know what I'm supposed to. Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah. Well, I think this is about high time for us to wish you, our dear viewers, a happy afternoon, day, night, whatever you have. Hope you like the show, and we'll be back next week for the next episode of Tabletop Theatre, where we see how we will deal with these hellhounds, and if we ever actually get to that freaking magic castle, and will we meet the Grand Wizard. So be tuned for next week, and until that, like, subscribe, and consider donating $1 a month for us on Patreon so we can afford a Zoom.
Yep.
And a better mic for John. So, until next week, bonus nachos, everyone.
Bonus nachos.
bonus nachos, everybody. Bonus nachos.